In the brutal game of power, the most dangerous man is not the loudest in the room. It is the one who stands still, who stares without blinking, who doesn't flinch under pressure, and whose presence alone makes others hesitate. His body does not ask for attention. It commands it. Dark body language is the silent assassin of dominance. It doesn't plead. It doesn't explain. It simply is. It reveals nothing and absorbs everything. Those who possess it don't need to threaten. They are the threat. Machiavelli understood this. Power is perception, and perception is built in silence more than speech. If you want to rule, stop performing. Stop being readable. Your body must become your weapon, a mystery, a wall, a warning. In this video, I'll teach you the deadliest trait in the game of power: dark body language. Why it terrifies your enemies, hypnotizes your rivals, and earns silent respect even from those who want to destroy you. Most people move too much. They tap their feet, adjust their clothes, nod excessively. It looks harmless, even polite. But in the game of power, it's weakness on full display. Every unnecessary movement signals anxiety, insecurity, submission. And that's why the most dangerous people in any room are the stillest. They move only when necessary. They sit without shifting. They stand like statues. Their stillness isn't passive, it's calculated. It's unnerving. It makes people wonder, why isn't he reacting? What does he know that I don't? That's the point. Stillness creates tension. Tension creates psychological control. When you're still, you force the other person to fill the space, to talk more, to react more, to expose more. You place them under a silent spotlight, and you stay in the shadows, watching, calculating, judging. It doesn't matter how big they are. If they move too much, they look nervous. If you remain still, you look in control. This is not about being robotic. It's about using motion with intention. The less you do, the more weight your actions carry. Machiavelli would remind you, true power doesn't announce itself. It waits, silent and still, until the moment it strikes. So train your stillness. Practice sitting without fidgeting. Learn to hold eye contact without blinking rapidly. Slow down your gestures. Move only when it's strategic, never impulsive. In a world of overreactors, the man who does less becomes the man they fear more. Because a predator that doesn't move, that's the one you never see coming. Most people think lying is about words. But the real lie, the one that deceives, manipulates, and dominates, comes from the body. Why? Because people don't listen to words. They listen to how you say them. They watch your eyes, your posture, your hands. They study your body to detect the truth behind your mask. That's why most liars fail. Their mouths say one thing, but their bodies betray them. Their voice trembles, their legs shake, their smile comes too fast. They're exposed before they've even finished the sentence. But the Machiavellian does something else. He trains his body to lie and be believed. He understands this fundamental truth. If your body looks certain, the world will believe almost anything you say, even if it's a lie, even if it's outrageous, even if it's dangerous, because certainty sells and uncertainty kills. Think about the con artist who sells the illusion, the CEO who hides fear during collapse, the politician who speaks calmly while the empire burns. They all use the same tactic: controlled body language. Their posture, relaxed. Their face, blank. Their tone, even unshaken. Their gestures, minimal, deliberate. No matter what's happening internally, externally, they are unreadable. And that creates credibility. You don't need to be telling the truth. You just need to look like you have nothing to prove. Here's how to train your body to lie with power. Detach emotions from your expressions. Learn to feel panic without showing it. You must become emotionally bilingual. One language for the inside, another for the outside. Control your breathing. Shallow breathing gives you away. Breathe low, slow, and deep. It calms your face, your voice, your heartbeat. Slow your reactions. Don't respond the second someone says something. Let your silence create uncertainty. Time is your ally. Use it. Mirror what you want them to feel. If you want them calm, be calm. If you want them to trust you, reflect their body language subtly. That mimicry builds illusion. Practice in high-pressure environments. You won't master this in safety. Put yourself in uncomfortable situations and rehearse your stillness. Train under fire. Most people live reactively. Their body leaks their every thought. But if you can lock your body into the image you choose, you're free. You can lie without detection, manipulate without suspicion, lead without qualification, because no one questions the man who looks sure of himself. Machiavelli would tell you, it is not necessary to be good, only to appear so. And appearance is built through behavior, not intention, not morality, not truth, just control. This is how spies infiltrate, how rulers deceive, how the cunning survive. They are not honest, they are composed. They understand that in the game of power, perception is reality, and perception begins with your physical presence. So from this moment on, your body is no longer a mirror of your emotions. It is a weapon, a mask, a tool. Train it to tell the story you want others to believe, even if it's a lie. Especially if it's a lie. Because in this world, the truth doesn't win. Certainty does. There's a reason predators lock eyes before they strike. Because the gaze is war, silent, psychological, and devastating. Most people fear eye contact. They flinch, they look down, they break it too early. And every time they do, they lose status. You might not notice it, but the human brain does. Eye contact reveals everything. Who's in control? Who's nervous? Who's faking confidence? And who should be obeyed? In the game of power, if you can't hold eye contact, you're automatically seen as lower on the food chain. Why? Because eye contact is dominance without violence. It's confrontation without words. It's a test, and most people fail it. But the powerful pass by doing something most never train. They learn to stare without emotion, without flinching, without blinking too much. Their eyes say what their mouth doesn't have to. I see you. I'm not impressed, and I will not move. This is not aggression, it's control. The goal isn't to intimidate with rage. That's too obvious, too emotional. The goal is to disturb with certainty, to make the other person question themselves with nothing more than a calm, fixed gaze. Now here's the Machiavellian twist. If you control your gaze, you control their mind. People become uncomfortable when you look at them and show no reaction. They begin to wonder, did I say something wrong? Why isn't he reacting? Is he judging me? That uncertainty creates submission. Here's how to train it. Start with mirrors. Practice holding your own gaze without smiling, without looking away, until it becomes natural. Next, observe others. Watch people while remaining expressionless. Make it a game. You'll see how quickly most squirm under silent observation. Then apply it in conversation. When someone speaks to you, don't immediately respond. Hold their gaze a second longer than comfort allows. Let the silence do the heavy lifting. You'll notice something strange happens. People start explaining themselves more. They start agreeing with you more. They try harder to earn your approval, even if you never asked for it. That's the hidden power of the gaze. It forces others to question their place, while affirming yours. Now be warned, if you're not grounded internally, this won't work. You can't fake confidence through eye contact while your body shakes with fear. That's why part 1 comes first. Stillness creates the foundation. The gaze is the second blade, sharper, faster, more surgical. Master both, and you'll develop a presence that unsettles even your superiors. People will say things like, "There's something about you," or "You make me feel seen, but not in a good way." Good. That's what you want. Machiavelli would tell you, power isn't always about making people like you. It's about making people calculate around you. If they feel watched, they behave. If they feel judged, they correct themselves. If they can't read your gaze, they retreat. And when your eyes radiate calm pressure, like daggers resting on the table, you don't need to argue. You don't need to explain. You've already won the psychological battle before a word is spoken. So the next time you walk into a room, don't smile first. Don't look down. And don't blink just because they did. Let your gaze speak what they're too afraid to hear. I don't need your approval. I don't need your comfort. I'm here to observe and dominate. In the hierarchy of power, there's an unwritten rule. The one who reacts first loses. The world is filled with provocations, tests, insults, emotional bait. And most people fail every single one. They defend, they explain, they get angry, they react. And every reaction is a gift to the enemy, a glimpse into your psychology. Now they know what bothers you. Now they know what moves you. Now they know where to press next time. Understand this. In the game of power, the moment you react, you become predictable. And the predictable are easy to control. The powerful don't flinch. They don't argue emotionally. They don't respond to every provocation. They wait. They observe. And while others show their hands, the powerful keep theirs hidden. Machiavelli would advise this: let others reveal their emotions. Let them overstep. And when they are exposed, strike with precision. But you can't strike if you're too busy reacting. Look around you. The weak can't stay silent for more than a few seconds. They need to speak to validate themselves. They need to explain to feel understood. They need to argue to feel in control. That's not power. That's panic. Power is patience. Power is silence. Power is restraint under pressure. You think silence makes you look weak? Only if you're insecure. In truth, silence makes them uncomfortable because they can't read you. They don't know what you're thinking. They don't know if you're angry, amused, or plotting. That ambiguity is terrifying, and it's one of the greatest tools of dominance. Here's what you must internalize. Emotion is not your enemy. Visibility is. You can feel rage, but show none of it. You can feel insulted, but show no reaction. Because once they know it hurt you, they know how to own you. The moment someone says something insulting and you flinch, they win. The moment you defend yourself too quickly, you lose position. The moment you try to prove your worth, you've already accepted they had the power to question it. Train your stillness in the face of provocation. When someone tests you, don't rush to correct them. Let their words hang in the air. Let them feel the discomfort of your silence. When someone makes a joke at your expense, stare at them with complete stillness. Let them explain what they meant. When someone raises their voice, lower yours. When they speed up, slow down. When they lose control, you remain unmoved. Because the one who remains calm under pressure doesn't just look like the authority. They become it. Think about every leader, boss, or dominant figure you feared or respected? Were they loud, emotional, reactionary? Or were they terrifying because they didn't move, didn't respond, didn't break? They made you feel like you were shouting into a void, that your performance bounced off a wall, and you started to question yourself, not them. That's the goal. Your lack of reaction creates a mirror, and people begin to see their own instability. Machiavelli would say, "He who remains unmoved forces others to move first, and the first move often reveals the weakest player." So stop giving people the gift of knowing you. Stop rewarding provocations with emotion. Let them try to shake you and fail. Every second you hold your calm is a second they unravel. Every silence you maintain is a rope tightening around their ego. Every non-response is an unspoken declaration of dominance. From now on, if it doesn't serve your strategy, don't respond. No emotion, no explanation, no validation. That's not weakness. That's control. And control is the currency of power. There's a moment in every room where silence becomes louder than words. When your stillness forces others to shift. When your absence of emotion begins to choke the space. And when people start saying things just to fill the void you've created, that's when you've won. Silence isn't just the absence of speech. It's a presence of power. A carefully deployed force that makes people doubt themselves, reveal secrets, or retreat entirely. Most people use words to gain power, but the powerful do the opposite. They use silence to make others give it. Machiavelli understood this. The more you say, the more likely you are to say something foolish. And the moment you reveal too much, your enemies have something to use. Your words can be twisted. Your tone can be misinterpreted. Your explanations can be weaponized against you. But silence, it offers nothing. And yet, it controls everything. When you say nothing, you force others to fill in the blanks. And people never assume you're weak. They assume you're calculating. They assume you know more. They assume you're dangerous. That assumption is power. Silence creates space, and in that space, people project their insecurities. They start to explain more than necessary. They begin to justify things you never asked about. They rush to close the distance, while you remain perfectly still. That's when they hand you control. Not because you took it, but because you made them need your approval. Here's how to weaponize silence. Pause before you speak. Even a 1-second pause creates tension. It tells the other person you're choosing your words carefully, and that they matter. Withhold agreement. When someone expects validation, don't give it. Let them feel the discomfort of uncertainty. Let them wonder if they pleased you or disappointed you. Use facial neutrality. A blank face makes people nervous. It forces them to question everything they just said. That questioning is where power begins. End conversations early. The powerful don't linger. They speak briefly, precisely, and leave others wanting more. Ending early leaves your words echoing in their mind. You must understand this. People are addicted to noise, to validation, to feedback. Silence starves them. And when people are starving, they become vulnerable. They chase attention. They chase closure. They chase you. That's power. But silence is not the same as passivity. Don't confuse stillness with indecision. Your silence must feel deliberate, like a blade not yet drawn, not forgotten. Every pause you create should feel like it's hiding something sharp underneath. A thought not shared, a threat not spoken, an authority that doesn't need to explain itself. This unnerves people. It breaks talkers. It exposes the insecure. And it puts you in complete control of the tempo. In every conversation, there's a rhythm. And the one who controls that rhythm controls the outcome. If they speak fast and you respond slow, they adjust. If they fill space and you remain silent, they chase. If they show emotion and you stay calm, they fold. Silence flips the dynamic. They begin to seek your approval. They try to earn your attention. And that subtle shift is what separates rulers from followers. Remember this law. The person who speaks least appears to have the most power. Because power isn't loud, it's strategic. It says more through silence than most people do with speeches. When your presence creates pressure and your silence makes them doubt, you don't need to shout. You don't need to argue. You don't even need to speak. Because they've already lost the moment they try to interpret your silence. You've seen it now. The way the weak give themselves away. In every twitch, glance, and nervous laugh. They don't realize the battlefield they've stepped into. Every room is war. Every interaction is negotiation. Every word, every movement, a signal. And most people leak weakness before they even speak. But you've begun the shift. You know that the most powerful man is not the loudest, not the one who smiles the most, not the one who fills the silence with nervous words. It's the one who sits still while the room shifts around him. The one whose silence makes others talk. The one who walks slowly, not because he's lazy, but because he owns the pace. He owns the space. There is no room for random behavior now. No space for accidental reactions. Every gesture must be deliberate. Every look must mean something. You've learned that the man who controls his body controls the room, because the body is the first message. Before the handshake, before the greeting, before the negotiation, the message has already been sent. Stillness is now your signature, your stare, your shield, your walk, a declaration of intent. No wasted energy, no signs of hesitation. Where others fidget and explain and try to be liked, you remain quiet, watching, deciding. Because only the insecure try to prove they belong. The powerful assume they do. You've shed the habits that gave away your weakness. The bouncing knees, the darting eyes, the slouched spine. All gone. You've started carrying yourself like a man who expects to be obeyed, not questioned. Because that's the difference between those who play the game and those who run it. What they call arrogance, you now understand as control. What they see as cold, you know as clarity. There is no virtue in being understood by the masses. They fear what they don't understand, and that fear serves you. Let them wonder why you're so calm. Let them speculate why you don't react. Let them drown in overanalysis while you remain composed. Because the more you reveal, the more you lose. The less you do, the more powerful you appear. You now understand how to speak without words, how to win without noise, how to walk into a room and claim it without saying a single sentence. That's the art of dark body language. And it separates rulers from followers. You no longer show doubt. You project certainty, even when you feel the chaos. Because the world doesn't care what's real. It reacts to what it sees. And if you can show strength when you feel none, people will believe you are invincible. That's the ultimate deception. That's the ultimate power. You are not here to make friends. You are here to be respected. You are not here to express yourself. You are here to command attention. And if they find your presence intimidating, good. That means it's working. This transformation is not temporary. It's not a style. It's a shift in how you exist. A complete rewiring. From now on, every room you walk into is yours. Not because you're the loudest, but because you move like you own it. And when you stop moving entirely, the world leans in. If this video sparked something in you, if you feel that fire, then remember this. No one is coming to give you permission. You have to seize it. You have to earn it. In silence. With control. Through presence. Subscribe. Not for entertainment, but for evolution. Like the video, not to support us, but to declare that you're done being overlooked. Comment below. Tell us what changed, what you're leaving behind, what you're becoming. Because this isn't just content, it's war strategy. This is Machiavelli. And this is how power enters the room before you do.